What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sleep Atomic, and we're reviewing The Mandalorian, Chapter 4, Sanctuary. Episode 4 of The Mandalorian's pretty scenic. There's a lot of green, no deserts. Very nice if you like the outdoors and stuff. They really go with the mossy color and the forest green, I'd say. Not the crayon, because that's kind of like dark. And they have these blue krill that they start the episode with. Uh just because I'm still going along those lines, it's kind of like my western thing I was explaining, showing the landscape and the area first, but this time it's showing the odd thing to happen to the area. It's very lofty, serene and stuff, and then these people need to get these raiders away from them so they can continue farming the krill. And when the Mandalorian meets the villagers, they had just been robbed, and the Mandalorian also runs into Cara Dune, our very handsome shock trooper, I would say. There's literally no other description I would rather go with than to say handsome Cara Dune. I'm sure there's more things you could say about the actor herself, but we're here and I'm all for it. And our two protagonists in this episode are in a culturally shifted medieval rice paddy looking area, but it's for the krill. And the villagers look like villagers. They don't look like straight up farmers because it's like water, and but they have like wicker baskets and huts and stuff. I saw like one droid, but there's literally like little to no electricity running about their everyday lives. I think I see a bunch of kids like playing with a ball, which is minorly unusual for Star Wars universe. But even with the Mandalorian and Cara Dune there's not unacquainted with other stuff that's like more high tech. They even seem to accept the same currency, but it seems like a wholesome village on this planet that the Mandalorian just went to go to hide away from bounty hunters and stuff like that. But I like the little culture they made up for the area. It's simple and very detailed at the same time. At least the things you could draw on and assume and fill in for yourself. But the raid at the beginning was still a uniform raid feel. They definitely gave me like an orc vibe, but there was like a dog looking dude. They're like all like uh one of those races where you can't even like enunciate any of the sounds they're making, but they're like speaking, I suppose. It's a very nice scene because even like I don't know if it's like a real krill farm or something like that because there's like these little square trenches where the water are where the water is, and it's at least like 4 or 5 feet down because like the mom drops in there with the kid and she's like holding her up with, and they have a little basket that they were like getting the krill out with over their heads to hide from the raiders. It just seems like a lot of trouble just to, like, pretend to have like a little ditch of water like for a set for a show. You would think people that would put together a show and a cast and a crew would do that for something instead of just having it for looks, but that's just me. And then after the tussle with Cara Dune and the scene at the soup soup shop, I I could say we meet Omera, mom, krill farmer, good with a rifle apparently. She's one of the three or four characters that get a focus in the episode, besides Cara Dune and our little green baby. And it comes off as she's like kind of like interested in the Mandalorian, or she's just like trying to have him not be so like on single track with the his creed and the Mandalorian stuff. Eventually, she asks him about his helmet and how he never takes it off and what that's like. Only we see what it's like afterwards because he stops to drink some soup only because everyone's away from him. And you get a sense of like what he's like and what he feels about most things, but he's only on about keeping the little green guy safe and being a Mandalorian. It's kind of like a tender moment from this stone-hearted Mandalorian, at least outwardly, because the episode kind of has you fill in the blanks. It's like, oh, that must be lonely. Like no one's seen his face in forever. Like, does he not like want to kiss anybody? There's like a handful of moments where it's like, oh, like maybe he's gonna get with this Omera lady and just like have only the helmet on or something. But I was split between that and thinking like she was a Mandalorian herself, seeing how I guess they're out there some places. And it's just my little like conspiracy theory for this show. Like you wouldn't really know unless they had their armor on, and but we all seen how she shoots at the targets when Cara Dune and our Mandalorians training all the little village people. And it's probably not the first time, even before Cara Dune, some people have gone to a backwater planet or whatever they said, and to have the quiet life. Because you never see a husband for Omera, and she has that daughter. And they almost had that moment where it's like, I must go. It's like, no, stay here with us. When he like almost leaves the our little green protagonist with the villagers. I know some select Jedi did that. I mean, they are like known for the things that they do and the things that they carry with them or wear. So why not the Mandalorians? They kind of did that with the stormtroopers, but not as cool. But after the training, they fend off the raiders and successfully trap the ATST. It was a pretty good action scene. There's a few stabs of sticks, and I don't think any of the villagers uh, were felled. It almost seemed overly successful defending off the coming party. And they just go back to business as usual. Like I said, the whole Raiders thing was like the unusual thing of this Western of a show, showing the different area and what the grounds usually have happen on them. Not even particularly because of any certain people there. Like the air or something around there just kind of like seeds these certain actions from the bipedal uh, species around. But this time it was not the everyday thing where something crazy is happening. It's the out of nowhere surprise thing is the focus of the episode because I guess calm and serene is not like very climactic, but you can show those off times where something did happen. Not like where the Mandalorian came from, where there's like constant conflict, and that's the norm there. And the odd thing that's being filmed and showed to people is like where it got calm again, or more like a break from the situational norm. And then, last but not least, we get our little green guy that I guess has an appetite for frogs, and he's getting a lot of like kid moments with the kids, even though they kind of treat him like he's like a little pet. But I guess that's also what you do with the infant. It was just a little odd to me that they were like, "Oh, can we play with him?" I guess there's no need for them to be like holding him instead of asking for that. And he has a few like approachment, like funny moments. At first, the Mandalorian tells him to stay on the ship, and then he doesn't listen to him and like insists on like following him around. He's like, "Stay, you hear me? Stay, like don't move." And then like the bay door opens to the Razor Crest, and then he's like standing right next to him. Makes you wonder if little Mando did any of that stuff like when he was little. If he's like since he's like expecting for this little kid to do any of that. Our Mandalorian keeps going to do something that's not for kids, and he ends up just following him anyway. Like when he's trying to confront Cara Dune, and they end up like getting to know each other with their fists. He's like, "You want some soup?" And then the little guy is just like sipping on the bone broth that the lady brought to him. Like just kind of watch him like he's got like a popsicle in his hand or something. All that physical humor and stuff. And then the last thing that stuck out to me, I think he puts the blue and black frog in his mouth that the girl was trying to catch from the beginning of the episode and almost eats it. But then like all the kids are like, "Ew." I like the Winter kid. She has all these like easily like readable expressions on her face. I must to imagine that one of those moments, like she probably wasn't like looking at anything, and I thought that was just good for anyone, not even just like a little kid, just to have like a readable expression that you understand for the moment. But pretty much before the end of the episode, one of the guild members from, uh, I guess the guild, shows up with the tracking fob, and Cara Dune knocks him out before he can like do some sharpshooting and take out our little green guy. Looks like there was some contingency to take him out if they couldn't capture him. But yeah, that was our nice day out in nature with our Mandalorian. The next one is called Chapter 5, The Gunslinger. So tune in next time for all those hardships to come and maybe a lesson or two. But this was Sleep Atomic, and I'm Alistair. And if no one's told you yet, you look good. And it shows.